Hello everybody, thanks for being here. Today I have a 20-minute, all levels Vinyasa flow class for you. I'm Kayla and right now I'm in Montana. I know this background might be a little bit distracting right now. I'm sorry about that, but I know you can do it if you follow along and listen carefully. Okay, so let's get started. I want to start standing today and just bring our attention to the power in the body. And the way that we do this is by focusing on the groundedness and the sensations of activating our muscles in our legs. So imagine that your legs are actually growing through the earth and extending into the ground as if they are roots. Just get a feel of what that would feel like. It would really create this sense of strength and power coming from the earth. So engage with that perspective while you breathe in and lift up slightly through the chest and activate some of your abdominal muscles. So squeeze slightly, hug the navel in and up towards the spine, and then drop the shoulders, relax them down because you have enough power coming in through just this lifted upright position. And find a lift through the top of your head as if there's a string at the top of your head and it's lifted up. Someone's maybe tugging on it and lifting you up. And this creates this nice long spine with a lot of energy and power flowing through all of the limbs and through the whole part of the body, all the parts of the body. Take a deep breath in and expand your rib cage. Reach your arms out wide and spread your fingers wide. Maybe close the eyes as you grow tall while being anchored firmly into the earth. Breathe in through the ribs, expand the rib cage. Keep the rib cage and the breath up here as you exhale. Slide your hands to your sides and lean over to the right side. Pause when you get down to your edge there, and then look down towards the ground. Find a stretch in the back, in the neck, along the side of the body as well. And drop the shoulder down just slightly. Maybe even take your hand to your shoulder to encourage that downward motion to elongate the neck. Activate your core muscles as you lift up. Make connection with your hands against your legs as you slide over. Lean down to the left side now. So your right hand comes up to the hip. Turn your chin down and gaze down right by your foot. Deep breaths in and out of the nose. And then grow tall as you lift up and slide over to the other side again. Notice how the legs stay strong here. Push a little bit more deeply down through the left foot and the outer side of that foot as well as you stretch along that whole left side of the body. Come up back to center, and we're just moving from the hips, the waist up. And let the top of the head go heavy. Take the gaze down alongside your left leg. And we'll rise back up just to center here. Look forward. Take the feet out wider. So heel toe out just a little bit more, and then the toes are pointed outward. Take the hands out in front of you, out to the side, above or on the hips. You choose. Maybe you want to take your hands to your heart. That's a lot of options, but just feel where you get more of your sense of power and balance from, so that you can lift your heels off of the ground, press into the toes and the toe mound, hug and hover everything up here, squeeze the glutes, And then lower back down just to gently land the heels. Come back up with control and grace, and then slowly melt down to the ground. And we'll do it one more time. Squeeze and lift, activate all the muscles in the quads, the hamstrings, the calves, lift the kneecaps up towards the thighs, and then slowly lower back down. Heel tote the feet closer together so that you can shake out your legs one at a time. Release that tension that was built up from working the muscles there. Turn and face the top of your yoga mat. And then reach your arms up in front and up above you. Maybe press the palms together in prayer. Slight back bend, press the hips forward. Squeeze the glutes, slightly tuck the tailbone. And then on your exhale, hinge at the hips and forward fold. Let the head go heavy and your neck relax. A generous bend in the knees for this first forward fold so that we allow the hamstrings to slowly stretch out. Let the palms lift up and the back of the hands rest on the ground. Take a couple deep breaths in and out of the nose here. And just allow the spine to have some space in between the vertebrae. Okay, plant your hands firmly into the ground, and we're gonna make our limbs work together here. So listening carefully, lift your left foot. Let's start here actually. Press into your right foot in your right hand. Lean your weight over into the right side of the body. And then your left hand and left foot can lift up, light as a feather, and step it back behind you. Great. And then we're going to do the other side. So think of like a bear. So take the right foot and the right hand and place them down at the same time. See if you can keep on walking backwards like that, moving the hand and the foot at the same time and landing together. Oh, it's a little bit challenging to get them to land together and work together that way. So once you come all the way to the back of the mat, take a deep breath in this one more forward fold. Maybe you wrap your hands behind your legs and straighten the legs out a little bit more for a deeper stretch. Release the hands, look up just slightly, plant the hands down, and then we're going to walk forward like that bear. So take your left hand, but instead of bringing the foot along with the hand, you're going to keep the foot where it is in place. So the hands are just moving out so that we come all the way into downward facing dog. I know that was a lot, but I know you can do it. So we're going to lift the left foot and the left hand up. Step your left hand up forward or walk your hand up forward. Great. And then lift the right leg, the right arm, and reach your right hand out in front. Again, we're like marching in place while taking the hands out for a little walk until you pause here in downward facing dog. Press your hips back towards your heels and let the chest relax, the head and the neck relax here as well. Arms are straight and strong. And we're going to crisscross the feet this time. So take your left foot across the right. Send your hips back to your heels for a stretch. And then pendulum swing your right leg around and in front. Crisscross in front of the left leg this time. And send your hips back to your heels. Take your left foot behind and sweep it in front. Don't worry about the distance. It can just be whatever feels good in your body. And then take the right foot across. We're going to pause here and twist. So place your right hand in the center of the mat and lift your left arm up. Look up towards your left hand. Think chin over shoulder. And exhale, sweep the hand down. Take your left foot around and in front of the right leg this time, crisscross. Right hand is planted in the center. Left hand is planted in the center of the mat. Reach the right arm up. Twist towards the right. And on your exhale, hand down. Step your feet together, side by side, forward fold. And on an inhale, press up into a halfway lift, a flat back here. And exhale, hands down to the ground. Walk the feet back into a a downward facing dog. Here we go. Inhale, lift the right leg up high. And exhale, shift the foot and step it up in between the hands. Great. Take your back heel down. Keep the bend in the front right knee as you rise up. Take your right hand, your left hand on top of that hand on your thigh for warrior one. Next, inhale, sweep the hands up to the sky. And exhale, float the hands down by your sides and then clasp them behind your low back. Press the arms straight and come into humble warrior. So reach the chest forward, let the head come down like you're bowing. And as if someone is lifting you up from your fists, come all the way up, lift the chest and the head. Release the arms and come into reverse warrior. So reach the right arm up above as you slide down the back of your left hand. Keep a bend in the front right knee. And then exhale, sweep the hands down on the inside of your right foot and walk your hands over into the center. The foot will follow for this wide-legged forward fold. Walk the hands over to the left foot. Keep on stretching. And the more that you keep your left foot your left toe is pointed to this edge of the mat, the more of a stretch you'll get in the outer ankle. So feel into that. Take advantage of that little stretch there before you turn your left toes to face the back edge of your mat. Turn up onto, take your right foot down and press into your left knee. Lift your right arm up and rise up, warrior two. We're going to slide back and open up the left hand, come into reverse triangle, so you're straightening out the left leg. And then lift that arm up, lift the chest, sweep your right hand out in front to come down towards the ground. If you have a block, that would be helpful, or a stack of books, something like that, to give you some height if you need it for this twisted triangle. Great. So bend into the front left knee. Take both hands down. Heel toe your back foot in a little bit closer so that you can bend into the left knee, so much so that you can straighten out the right leg and come into this squat pose with our leg extended out to the side. So if this is too much for you, it's okay. You can stay lifted up onto your fingers like this with the hips back. Okay, exhale. Let's come over to the center again. Pause, feel into that deep stretch in a wide-legged forward fold, and then walk the hands over to the right foot. Ankle stretch. Turn the toes to face the top of the mat this time, and then spiral the foot so that the heel is lifted up. Step the right foot back. Pause here in plank. Deep breath in through the nose. And on an exhale, lower down to the ground. And inhale, Cobra, lift the chest and the head, stretch into the low back. Take your gaze over your right shoulder and then over to the left. Look forward, lower the belly and the chest down, hands on either side of your ribs. Tuck your toes. You can use your knees to lift up or press up all the way through plank and then back to downward facing dog. Catch your breath. And next inhale, lift the left leg up high with that breath. On the exhale, sweep it forward and through. Plant the left foot at the top. Take your back heel down and set yourself up. So widen your stance a little bit. Bend into the front left knee. Rise up, warrior one. Reach the arms up high. And exhale, hands come down by the sides. Clasp at your low back, straighten out the arms, and then exhale, hinge forward, come into humble warrior. Lift the chest and the head back up, come to warrior one, and then reverse that warrior. So take your right hand down the back of the right leg, lift your left arm up, stay bent in the front left knee, and press your knee to the outer edge of the mat. Press into the heel and the outer edge of the left foot. And straight, strong, squeeze the muscles of the back leg. Okay, exhale, sweep your hand down. Walk the hands over, let the foot follow. So we're in this forward fold. I'm going to flip around. Awesome. Okay. Come to the right foot now. Take your back, keep your back heel down. And we're gonna rise up, lift the left arm up, come into warrior two. Warrior two on the right side. So the right leg is bent. Let's reverse this and turn it into a triangle pose. So straighten out the front right leg and slide your left hand down your back leg. Reach the right arm up. Look up. Come back to center and then spiral your left arm up and around. Turn it towards the inside of your right foot and leg and sweep your right arm up. So it's like a big windmill for this triangle twist. Awesome. Okay, bend into your front right knee and adjust yourself accordingly, maybe a shorter stance to come into this long and deep Malasana type of stretch. Take your hands down now. And then lift the hips up, come into a wide-legged forward fold. Toes turn in toward one another. Walk your hands over to the left foot, bend into the front left knee. Step the foot back, go through a vinyasa. And lower down. Inhale, lift the chest up. Maybe you come into upward facing dog. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Take 2 deep breaths. Awesome. Walk the feet up to the top. You can crisscross if you'd like, or simply walk the feet, or even hop up. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And inhale, Tadasana. Reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Awesome job. Let's come down onto the ground and come into a forward fold now. So take the legs out in front, flex the feet, sit up nice and tall, and hinge at the hips, forward fold. Let's pause and hold this stretch for a few deep breaths, 3 to 5 breaths. And if it's still a little too intense to have the legs straight, you can have more of bent knees to find some more ease in this stretch, because really your hamstrings will become more flexible if you work with your body instead of trying to push it into what you want it to do. If you take that route, it'll just take longer to get there. It's not what you would think. These things we have to be patient with and work with our bodies. Okay, slowly roll up the spine, lift the chest, and come all the way down onto your back. And I always like to offer constructive rest pose as your final pose to allow the psoas a little release and a break. So plant the feet on the ground and then wide as the mat and allow your knees to drop in toward one another. Close the eyes, maybe take one hand over the heart or the belly, or simply open up the arms if you feel like you just want to be in a really open heart position here. Let's take a deep breath in together through the nose and out through the mouth, sigh it out. Thank you for being here. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you over after the weekend. Okay, namaste.